Good morning to you all. Okay, today we will discuss about the pollution, different types of pollution. Okay, air pollution, water pollution. Okay, its effect and control. How to minimize this pollution. Okay, what is air pollution? Discuss the adverse effect of it on the human beings. Write some measures to control it. Air pollution first. Air pollution means any imbalance in atmospheric air due to the natural processes or human activities which have adverse effect on the living organisms is called the air pollution. Air pollution means it is the process of mixing the different gases, okay, dust particles or any other chemicals in the atmospheric air. Because of that, it affect the human beings as well as all the living organism. Okay, that condition is known as air pollution. Air pollution means air is impure. Air is mixing with the different harmful chemicals, okay, or dust particle. That is known as air pollution. It is harmful to the living beings, human as well as the other living beings. Major sources of air pollution. What are the sources of air pollution? Air pollution means it is the mixing of the different chemicals, okay, dust particles to the air, so that air is its chemical, physical as well as biological properties is changed, so that its physical, biological or chemical component is changed, okay, and it is harmful. That is air pollution. Means major source of air pollution means those uh, those things which creates the air, polluted air, that are known as pollutant. Pollutant means these are the agent which helps to pollute the air. The agent which helps to pollute the air is known as pollutant. The automobile exhaust, which contains carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, ethane, etc., helps to uh, pollute the air. Okay, helps to pollute the air. The industrial exhaust, industry bada aune exhaust wastage, which contains carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, ammonia, ammonium chloride, fluorine, etc. Okay, while these are contaminated with the atmospheric air, it the human beings. That means air is polluted because of these harmful gases to the living beings, which are mixed up in the atmospheric air. Chlorofluorocarbon, and the ammonia released by the refrigerator, air conditioner, etc. Means chlorofluorocarbon and ammonia, which are released by the refrigerator, okay, or air conditioner. These also contaminated air, the atmospheric air, and the air gets polluted. Agrochemicals, which contains pesticide, insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, etc. That means agrochemicals, those chemicals which are used in the purpose of agriculture, okay, which also affect the air. That means which these chemicals which are contaminated with the air, then it becomes polluted. Okay. Various gases, smoke and dust released in the explosions and mining activities. Explosion as well as mining activities creates the various gases, okay, smoke and dust particles. These are the agent to pollute the atmospheric air. Burning of fuel like firewood, agricultural residues, coal, etc., for the domestic as well as industrial purposes also contribute to the air pollution. That means during burning of these things, carbon content, that means carbon monoxide gases, okay, are basically produced during burning of these things. Because of that, air gets polluted. Okay, chlorofluorocarbon as well as carbon monoxide gas are released during the burning of these things. Next is effect of air pollution. Effect of air pollution. What are the effect of air pollution? Okay, effect of air pollution. Slide the share was okay. Increasing concentration of carbon dioxide causes global warming due to the greenhouse effect. Means what happened? On increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide, the ozone layer in the stratosphere, okay, becomes deflected, and the infrared radiation having short wavelength enter into the into this earth atmosphere, and the temperature rises. Okay, and this infrared radiation cannot be returned, cannot be reflected back because of this have the longer wavelength after passing through the that ozone layer. Increase in chlorofluorocarbon and oxides of nitrogen causes ozone depletion and ozone hole. Means chlorofluorocarbon and the oxide of nitrogen also react with the hydrogen, sorry, oxygen on the ozone, and so that ozone layer gets depleted. अब यसमा यो कार्बनले त के गर्ने भयो, यसले त एउटा चाहिँ अम्ब्रेला जस्तो कार्बनको लेयर हुन्छ, थिक लेयर. अब यो कार्बनको लेयरलाई यसले के गर्छ, कार्बनको लेयरलाई झन् थिक बनाउँदै जान्छ. कार्बन लेयर थिक भयो भने के हुने भयो, रिफ्लेक्टेड infrared radiation or that infrared radiation which are produced by the different sources on the earth surface is trapped inside the thick carbon layer, carbon dioxide layer. Okay, so that temperature rises. है, यसले ओजन भन्दा पनि यसले चाहिँ यो कार्बनको लेयर छ जुन चाहिँ ट्रोपोस्फियरमा, त्यो कार्बनको लेयरलाई यसले के गर्छ, थिक बनाउने काम गर्छ. Because of that, it is all the infrared radiation which are emitted on the on the earth surface are trapped, and so the temperature rises. Right? Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in the air combine with water vapor and causes acid rain. भनेको sulfur dioxide र nitrous oxide. Okay, nitrous oxide also react with the atmospheric with the water droplets, then it becomes sulfuric acid as well as nitric acid. भनेको sulfur र nitrogen चाहिँ also pollute the air and causes the acid rain. Carbon monoxide combined with the hemoglobin of the blood, reducing oxygen carrying capacity of blood, it causes laziness, vision defect, cardiac disorder, etc. Means carbon monoxide, if the content of CO increases on the atmosphere, then in that case what happens? That reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Means this combined with carbon monoxide combined with hemoglobin of the blood, reducing oxygen carrying capacity, so that it causes the different diseases. Okay, laziness, vision defect, cardiac disorder, etc. Dust and smoke cause irritation in respiratory system. Dust and smoke cause irritation in respiratory system. It may also cause asthma, bronchitis, and allergies in human beings. है, अब यो एयरमा बढी डस्ट अथवा स्मोक भयो भने this type of allergies, okay, are also created. Next is control of air pollution. How to control the air pollution? Industries should be established far from the settlement areas. Industries should be away from the residential area. भनेको इन्डस्ट्रीलाई हामीले के गर्नु पर्यो? मान्छे बसोबास गर्ने क्षेत्रभन्दा धेरै टाढा ल र सेटअप गर्नु पर्यो. Because of that, there is no effect, harmful effect in the human beings. Number 2, the plant absorb polluting gases like carbon dioxide. So, afforestation programs should be launched. Means different carbon components are absorbed by the green plants. So, afforestation programs should be launched by the government as well as by the local government. Okay, to be safe from the polluted air. Population growth should be minimized. Population growth should be minimized. If the population growth is high, then deforestation, then it causes deforestation. Okay, and the use of different chemicals in agricultural process to produce the huge amount of crops. Okay, these pesticides, insecticides also causes the air pollution. So, population growth should be minimized. Next, alternative source of energy such as hydroelectricity, solar energy, means hydroelectricity, solar energy प्रोजेक्टहरु हामीले चाहिँ बढी मात्रामा डेभलप गर्नु पर्यो. हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिसिटीबाट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोड्युस गर्ने, that electricity is used in industry in place of the using fossil fuel. That means fossil fuel को use लाई घटाउँदै जाने. We need to reduce the use of fossil fuel. Instead of fossil fuel, we need to use the hydroelectricity as well as solar energy. Solar panel हरु राख्ने. हरेक इन्डस्ट्रीमा सोलर प्यानल राख्ने, सोलर एनर्जीलाई एब्जर्ब गर्ने, सोलर एनर्जीलाई युज गर्ने. That process, that mechanism is developed. Okay, that mechanism should be developed to be safe from the air, to control the air pollution. Okay, vehicles, trolley bus. नेपालमा पनि आएको थियो ट्रली बस. ट्रली बस means अब यो पहिला आएको थियो विद्युतबाट चल्ने बस, पछि त के भयो, यो गयो हैन. ट्रली बस हट्यो. That means we need to use the vehicles which uses the hydroelectricity to move. Okay, that type of the vehicles are promoted so that it reduces the air pollution. Instead of using the fossil fuel, this type of energy, renewable sources of energy should be used in large extent. Because of that, air pollution reduces. Awareness programs should be launched to the public. भनेको सबै ठाउँमा के गर्ने, अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम लन्च गर्ने. भने less of the renewable source of energy should be used in a huge extent. Non-renewable sources should not be used in large extent. Because of that, it causes the different diseases. That means when we use non-renewable sources of energy, it produces carbon monoxide, chlorofluorocarbon, okay, that type of compound which causes the air pollution, as well as it also causes the energy crisis in the near future. Non-renewable sources of energy, they use renewable source of energy after attending the awareness program. यस्तो खालको कन्सेप्टहरु चाहिँ बनाउने. Present source of energy being used in our country. अब अहिले हाम्रो कन्ट्रीमा कुन खालको चाहिँ एनर्जीहरु हामी युज गर्छौं भन्ने खालको कुरा हो यो. The consumption of energy in Nepal is increasing every year. Energy consumption is increased because the population goes on increasing day by day. Okay, and we are facilitating by the different devices, electronic devices, okay, as well as other, that our lifestyle is changing day by day. We need a large facility to live, okay. Because of that, energy consumption rate goes on increasing day by day. The population growth accompanied by rapid expansion of economic activities is the main cause responsible for the increase in the consumption of air. Okay, that means rapid expansion of economic activities is the main cause responsible for the increase in consumption of energy. भनेको मतलब हामीमा के छ, पछिल्लो समयमा पपुलेसन रेट पनि बढेको छ र हामीले डिफ्रेन्ट फ्यासिलिटीहरूलाई के गरिरहेको छौँ, ग्राब्स गरिरहेको छौँ. ओके, डिफ्रेन्ट फ्यासिलिटीहरू हामी ग्राब्स गरिरहेको छौँ. बिकज अफ द्याट more energy is consumed day by day. Following are the major source of energy being used in our country. यो हाम्रो देशमा विशेष गरी युज हुने इनर्जी चाहिँ सोर्सहरू हुन्, मेजर सोर्स. बायोमास इनर्जी. बायोमास इनर्जी मिन्स, बायोमास भन्ने बित्तिकै अब गाउँघरतिर प्राय हामी we use wood for cooking. Okay, we use wood for cooking as well as agricultural wastage. Okay, another is the biogas project, is that is gobar gas. Okay, that type of the energy sources are used to avoid the air pollution. To avoid the air pollution, wood, agricultural wastage, gobar gas. अर्को एउटा हुन्छ त्यो गोबरलाई चाहिँ सुकाएर पनि बाल्ने गरिन्छ हाम्रो तराईतिर, हामी बेसिकली यो युज गर्छौं. ओके, that type of the material, if we use in large extent, it reduces the air pollution. Okay, these are the basically used in our country, that type of the sources of energy. Petroleum product are also used in huge extent. Petrol, diesel, kerosene. This cover about 6% of the total energy consumption. That means overall 100% energy consumption छ भने petroleum product is consumed only 6%. यो पनि अझै reduce गर्नुपर्छ to be free from the air pollution. Petroleum energy sources should be used in very less extent. Okay, in place of that, we should use renewable source of energy. Petroleum products are especially used for the transportation. Vehicles ma हामी बढी युज गर्छौं. Vehicles मा transportation को लागि हामी चाहिँ पेट्रोलियमहरु, पेट्रोल नै बेसिकली हामी युज गर्छौं, डिजेल गर्छौं हैन. They are also used for lighting, cooking, etc. भनेको हामी केरोसिन आजभोलि हामी एलपी ग्यास नै बढी युज गर्छौं. यो पहिला हामी पढ्ने टाइममा चाहिँ केरोसिन पनि हामी युज गर्छौं, बुझ्यो नि, फर लाइटनिङ पर्पज एज वेल एज फर कुकिङ पर्पज. अब लाइटनिङ पर्पज त अलि पहिला हो, धेरै नै पहिला. कुकिङ पर्पज त हामी चाहिँ पढ्दाखेरि पनि युज गर्थ्यौं है, लाइटनिङ प्लस कुकिङ. अब यो टुकी बाल्ने कुरा थियो त्यो बेला, बुझ्यो. लाइटनिङ भनेको मट्टीतेलबाट हामी बत्ती बाल्ने काम हुन्थ्यो, द्याट इज लाइटनिङ. कुकिङ भनेको त अब हामी स्टोभ यो केरोसिनबाट, मट्टीतेलबाट हामी स्टोभ चलाएर पकाउने काम गर्थ्यौं. यो अहिले बिस्तारै यो रिड्युस भइरहेछ हैन. युज अफ द्याट लाइटनिङ एन्ड कुकिङ, युज अफ केरोसिन फर लाइटनिङ एन्ड कुकिङ इज रिड्युस डे बाई डे. In place of that, we use LP gas, which is also the non-renewable source of energy. Hydropower. Hydropower means Jal Vidyut. It is the renewable source of energy. We can use the renewable source of energy to be safe from the polluted air. That means to reduce the air pollution, we need to use the hydroelectricity. हाम्रो देशको क्षमता 83,000 मेगावाटसम्म विद्युत आउने भन्ने छ. नेपाल has a hydropower potentiality of about 83,000 megawatt, out of which about 900 megawatt has been used. 900 megawatt चाहिँ use हुन्छ. This 42,000 megawatt is economically feasible. स्टडीबाट यतिसम्म हुन्छ भन्ने कन्सेप्ट हो हैन. बट हाम्रो देशले सस्टेन गर्न सक्ने, हाम्रो इकोनोमीले धान्न सक्ने भनेको चाहिँ 42,000 मेगावाट हो. बुझ्यो नि. इट इज फिजिबल टु produce that amount of electricity, hydroelectricity, that is feasible by our economy. Only 15% of the total population have been facilitated by the hydroelectric power. भनेको देशमा जम्मा 15% ले के गर्दो रहेछ, हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावरको सुविधा चाहिँ गेन गरिरहेको छ. भनेको विद्युत इलेक्ट्रिसिटीको पहुँच भनेको 15%. बुझ्यो नि. 15% मान्छेहरुमा मात्रै छ. Solar energy. Solar energy, it is also the renewable sources of energy. It is the most important potential source of energy, but it has not been sufficiently used in Nepal. यो चाहिँ एकदमै युजफुल सोर्स अफ एनर्जी हो. तर हाम्रो देशमा यसको सही तरिकाले यो प्रयोग हुन सकेको छैन. It is used in houses for domestic heating, lighting, etc. That means it can be used in domestic purpose. Only 130 kilowatt energy has been used for electricity from solar energy. Means this little extent, okay, of solar energy used in our country. Due to the lack of technological knowledge, only a small amount of solar energy has been installed. भनेको हामीसँग त्यस्तो टेक्नोलोजिकल नलेजको डेभलपमेन्ट हुन सकेन, जसले गर्दा we cannot use large extent of solar energy in our country. आजभोलि अलि सोलरको चाहिँ युजहरु बढिरहेको छ है. Nowadays the use of solar energy increases day by day for the different purposes. वाटर पम्पिङ हरुमा यस्तोमा चाहिँ आजभोलि हैन वाटर पम्पिङ गर्नको लागि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिँ सोलर एनर्जीबाट प्रोड्युस हुने काम विस्तारै बढ्दो छ नेपालमा. Coal is considered as a major source of industrial energies. इन्डस्ट्रीहरुमा हामी बेसिकली कोल युज गर्छौं to produce the energy. In average 1,60,000 tons of coal is consumed per year in Nepal. भनेको यति धेरै मात्रामा हामी के गर्दै रहेछौं, कोल्स हामी युज गर्छौं. Wind energy. Wind energy means the energy which is obtained by the wind, by using wind, that is known as wind energy. Tarai and some of the interior locations such as Palpa, Ramechhap, Kornali, Sisapani, Jumla, and Namche are identified as potential location for producing wind energy. Electricity is being generated from wind power in Kagbeni of Mustang district. भनेको electricity is only generated in Mustang by using wind energy. अन्त हामीले त्यस्तो खालको प्रोजेक्टहरु सेटअप गरेको पनि छैन. गर्न सकिने लोकेसनहरु यिनीहरु हो. यी ठाउँमा हामी गर्न सक्छौं. But now up to now Mustang district we use the wind power in Mustang district. Okay. Global energy consumption pattern and demand. The amount of energy consumed by a country depend upon the living standard of its citizen. अघि नै मैले भनिसके facility. हामी कति facility युज गर्छौं, that the consumption rate of energy depends on the facility that we used. Okay. Standards of its citizens and degree of its industrialization. हाम्रो living standard एज वेल एज हाम्रो इन्डस्ट्रियलाइजेसन कति छ भन्ने कुराले इनर्जी कन्जम्सन रेटलाई डिटरमाइन गर्छ. The average energy required for a man to maintain his daily activity required about 20 kilocalorie per day. Average energy. If we calculate the average energy that we use per day, which is approximately 20 kilo calorie. भनेको मतलब अब यो कोहीले बढी पनि गर्न सक्ला, 30 किलो गर्न सक्ला, कोहीले 10 किलो क्यालोरी पर डे गर्न सक्ला. अन एन एभरेज सबैको एभरेज गर्दाखेरि अराउन्ड 20 किलो क्यालोरी पर डे चाहिँ इनर्जी कन्जम्सन हुन्छ. In addition, he or she uses more energy for transportation, for agricultural and industrial activities. Means a different purpose को लागि हामी चाहिँ इनर्जी बढी युज गर्छौं. Okay. The recent consumption pattern in the world has been explained on the diagram. अब यो वर्ल्डमा हामी कसरी इनर्जी युज गरिरहेको छौं भन्ने यो एउटा चाहिँ चार्ट हो. यसमा हामीले चाहिँ वर्ल्ड भरि कसरी इनर्जी युज भइरहेछ भन्ने कन्सेप्ट छ यहाँ. अब यसमा वुड चाहिँ 10% हुँदो रहेछ. न्युक्लियर फिसनबाट इनर्जी गेन गर्ने काम 3% हैन. अब चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ हाइड्रो पावरबाट 3%. अब यो क्याटेगोरी नेम भनेको छ. यो अब यसको तल नाम छ एउटा त कोल हो है. कोल. अब यो एउटा कोल 20% वाला कोल छ. अनि आएर हाम्रो चाहिँ नेचुरल ग्यास. नेचुरल ग्यासमा छ हाम्रो 20%. 20 दुईटा चाहिँ कोल एन्ड नेचुरल ग्यास भयो. र अर्को 44 भनेको छ. यो बुकमा हाम्रो 40% भनेको छ. यो भनेको चाहिँ यो पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट है नि. पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट हाम्रो यो बुक र यो फरक छ थोरै है. यो 44% छ. यो पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट हो. यो कोल हो, बुझ्यो नि. अनि यो चाहिँ अर्को 20% नेचुरल ग्यास, कोल र पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट. सबभन्दा बढी हामी पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्टै बढी युज गर्छौं है. सबभन्दा बढी पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट युज गर्छौं. यो इनर्जी कन्जम्सन रेट भर्सेस इयर को ग्राफ छ. रिसेन्ट वर्ल्डमा भनेको छ कन्जम्सन भनेको छ, इनर्जी डिग्रेडेसन भनेको छ है. यो हामीलाई त्यति चाहिँदैन. रेडिएसन हेजार्ड एन्ड सेफ्टी मेजरमेन्ट. अब रेडिएसन हेजार्ड means it is the condition at which the radiation is everywhere and which causes the harmful effect for the living beings. That is radiation hazard. Nuclear radiation such as alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, neutron, X-rays can cause the harm to the living beings by ionizing complex organic molecules. भनेको हाम्रो बडीमा हुने कम्प्लेक्स कार्बन कम्पोनेन्टहरु जुन छ तिनीहरुसँग यिनीहरु यो डिफरेन्ट रेडिएसनले के गर्छ, इन्टरएक्सन गर्छ. बुझ्यो नि, इन्टरएक्सन गर्छ, आयोनाइज गर्छ तिनीहरुलाई. The danger of exposure to this radiation is called radiation hazard. भनेको यिनीहरूले गर्दाखेरि डेन्जर हुन्छ बुझ्यो नि यो रेडिएसन हेजार्डको कारणले हाम्रो हेल्थमा के हुन्छ एफेक्ट गर्छ these are highly energetic radiation which ionize the carbon component in our body okay that danger of exposure to these radiations is called radiation hazard the presence of radiation on an environment is called radiation pollutions भनेको harmful radiation ये हाम्रो इन्भाइरोमेन्टमा हाम्रो वरिपरिको एयरमा प्रेजेन्ट छ भने that is known as radiation pollutions sounds and what the main pollutants of radiations are radioactive elements such as uranium radium cosmic rays भनेको radioactive elements मलाई चाहिँ भाइ नि दा ए हुन्छ radiations that are radioactive element uranium radium these are the radioactive elements which emits the radioactive radiations alpha rays beta rays gamma rays like that cosmic rays which are also highly energetic radiation which are coming from the sun as well as from the solar sun star okay that means outer space बाट आउने highly energetic radiation हरु cosmic ray effect the radiation produced biological organism is primarily due to the ionization produced in the light cell भनेको light cell लाई के गर्छ ionize गर्छ due to these radiations the main damage to genetic material DNA is particularly serious one since it damages not only individual but also future generation as well DNA त्यसले गर्दा फ्युचर जेनेरेसन नै के हुने हुन्छ लोप हुने सम्भावना हुन्छ द पोसिबल ड्यामेजेस आर के ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ भनेको ओभर एक्सपोजर टु द रेडिएसन क्यान कज लङ क्यान्सर लङको क्यान्सर हुन सक्छ यदि हामी इरिडिएट भइराख्यो भने यो खालको हाइली एनर्जेटिक रेडिएसन अल्फा रेडिएसन बीटा रेडिएसन गामा रेडिएसन कस्मिक रेसँग बढी इरिडिएट भयो भने लङ क्यान्सर क्रिएट गर्न सक्छ Radiation can cause genetic damage by dividing the reproductive cells. यसले के गर्छ जेनेटिक ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ जिनलाई ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ because of ionizing capacity of the radiation जसले गर्दा जेनेटिक ड्यामेज हुन सक्छ Exposure to radiation can cause blindness, skin burn, skin cancer, leukemia, etc. भनेको ब्लाइन्डनेस कज गर्न सक्ने भयो यो रेडिएसनहरुले स्किनलाई जलाउन सक्छ क्यान्सर हुन सक्छ हैन आरबीसी को चाहिँ डेथ हुन सक्छ ब्लडमा It can produce soil pollution and the crops in such a soil harm the people. May harm the people. Highly energetic radiation soil pollution हुन सक्छ त्यस्तो soil pollution भइरहेको छ भने त्यहाँबाट आउने उत्पादन हुने क्रप्सले हाम्रो स्वास्थ्यमा harmful effect गर्छ safety how to safety measure पनि कसरी सुरक्षित हुने त्यस्ता खालको रेडिएसनबाट The radioactive material are kept in a thick wall lead container so that all the emitted radiation are absorbed. Janeri radioactive source, it is covered with the very thick lead wall. All the industrial area is also covered with the lead container. Because of that, no radiation eject from the industry to the residential area. Number 2, radioactive samples are usually handled by the remote control devices. Remote control. रेडिएसन को कामहरु गर्नु पर्यो भने सबै रिमोट कन्ट्रोलले गर्नु पर्यो we cannot use our naked hands to deal with the radioactive sample we just use the remote control यता उठाउनु पर्ला उता लानु पर्ला यता गर्नु पर्ला बुझ्यो नि रेडियोएक्टिभ स्याम्पललाई रिमोट कन्ट्रोलबाट चलाउनु पर्यो. वर्कर मस्ट वेयर अ लीड एप्रोन while working in the hazardous area. जो मान्छे रेडियो एक्टिभ रेडियो एक्टिभ सोर्स भएको ठाउँमा काम गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ तिनीहरूले के गर्नुपर्छ लीडको एप्रोन लाउनु पर्यो. हामी बायोलोजी ल्याबमा जाँदाखेरि व्हाइट एप्रोन लाउँछौँ नि. रेडिएसन हेजार्डमा अब रेडिएसन इन्डस्ट्रीहरुमा रेडिएसन सोर्सहरु भएको ठाउँमा हाई एनर्जी प्रोड्युस हुने ठाउँमा यो लीड एप्रोनहरु युज गर्नु पर्यो. बुझ्यो नि. वर्कर शुड युज द लीड एप्रोन. Radioactive waste must be avoided from the working areas. Working area तिर चाहिँ रेडियोएक्टिभ सोर्सहरु त्यहाँ चाहिँ प्लेस त्यहाँ राख्नु भएन. रेडियोएक्टिभ वेस्टहरु फोहोरहरुलाई पनि वर्किङ प्लेस तिर फाल्नु भएन. त्यसलाई के गर्नु पर्यो डिस्पोजल गर्नु पर्यो. सेफली डिस्पोजल गर्नु पर्यो. ओके. Nuclear explosion should be carried far away from the public areas. Nuclear reaction हरु गराउनु छ. ठुलो प्रोजेक्ट छ भने रेसिडेन्टल एरियाको टाढा टाढा लगेर चाहिँ गर्नु पर्यो. ओके. यो च्याप्टर सिद्धियो. अब यो मैले नभने पनि तिमीहरु पढ्थ्यौ. त्यो पनि मैले डिस्क्राइब गर्दिए. हैन. अब यो त्यस्तो गाह्रो फिजिक्स छैन यहाँ. ओके. यो पार्टिकल फिजिक्स एन्ड कस्मोलोजी हाम्रो दयाराम सरले पढाउनु भयो हैन. हेलो स्टुडेन्ट.
यस सर.
अब हाम्रो च्याप्टर सिद्धियो. आजबाट हामीले कोर्स सिद्धायो. बुझ्यो. कोर्स सिद्धियो. अब तिमीहरुको पढ्ने काम भयो.
हामीले त्यो डिफ्र्याक्सन र पोलराइजेसन नि पढेन.
डिफ्र्याक्सन र
पोलराइजेसन
कोर्स सिद्धियो नि अब हैन.
हैन म्याथ्स ग्रुपले पढे रहेछ. पहिला बायो ग्रुपले पढेको थिएन.
बायो ग्रुपले पढे हैन.
हैन खोइ के यो डिफ्र्याक्सनको आदि मात्र वर्षसम्म पढेछ.
अनि त्यो पढ्न पर्ने हो र फेरि होइन होला नि.
पोलराइजेसन सुरु गरेकै हैन.
पोलराइजेसन पढ्न पर्ने भयो.
हजुर.
अनि दयाराम सरले के पढाइराख्नु भयो अहिले?
पार्टिकल फिजिक्स एन्ड कस्मोलोजी.
भनेपछि पोलराइजेसन ठिकै छ म पढाउँला नि त.
डिफ्र्याक्सन पनि सिंगल स्लिट सम्म मात्र भएको छ. मतलब सिंगल स्लिटमा आछौं.
त्यहाँभन्दा पछि भयो हैन?
हजुर भएको छैन.
ल ल ल डिफ्र्याक्सन को सिंगल स्लिट मेथडबाट पोलराइजेसन सम्म पढाउनु पर्यो हैन. बढिन्छ. Okay. This was for today. Thank you all.